Now launching the dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
Up to 85 inches, $60.
Wow.
$60.
$60
What
for
are we
85
doing?
inches.
Rent a U-Haul, go get the damn thing. You can bring it home and crap on it on the lawn for that price.
Why would you do that?
Because it's dirt cheap is what I mean. $60.
I got a great deal on a TV. Now let me ruin the TV.
You ever wanted to just crap on an expensive piece of electronics? Now you can.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach?
No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole.
I'll keep it in the room.
Stop breathing. It used to be a lot
The
longer.
numbers don't lie.
This is Stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Thursday. Welcome in. Timmy's here. Teddy's here. We're going to have a good old time because it's Name That Hole Thursday. I want you to share with us stories where maybe somebody thought you were an a-hole or you thought somebody else was an a-hole, but there was a disagreement on who the hole was and if there was a hole. We are here for the ultimate judgment. Tweet us at Man and Bone 971. Use the burner phone, 614-787-3093. Hello, Timmy.
Hello, man. You know, and if I do nothing else in life, I just want to be able to judge.
Absolutely.
It's
my favorite thing.
It's a great role to play. You know, you do need to judge certain things. It's great. And I love Name That Hole because we get to sit here and we get to do that. And people need our help. These are often these cases that can go either way. They can swing both ways. That's why I like them.
So let me tell you about my day so far. I think it's a fairly eventful day. I woke up about 6:15, and I thought to myself, should I roll over and try and go back? Because I don't get the kid up till about 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
Should I roll over?
Right. You got some time.
Try and go back to sleep? Should I take out the porn pad? Should I?
Options are endless.
Flip the TV on?
Yeah.
I decided I'm going to go outside and just catch some of the briskness.
Yeah.
When I went out this morning, it was crispy crisp.
Oh, my God.
Now, for this time of year, don't get me wrong. It's all relative. So it was probably 58 degrees, 59 degrees.
It was a needed escape.
It felt marvelous. And then I came inside, and I remembered, dummy, you got the Open Championship on TV. So I flipped on the USA, and I'm looking at Scotland.
Those bagpipes start playing.
I'm looking at Scotland, and it's just the way Scotland should be.
Oh, man.
Misty and gray, and people wearing winter coats. It was wonderful. I loved it. My nipples got hard.
I've already had some people reaching out to me as I've been excited and giddy about the Open Championship beginning round one today at Royal Troon in Scotland. And people would say, this looks miserable. Why would you want to play golf in this? I say, well,
these are the best golfers in the world.
It's not necessarily about do you want to play in this.
This is not, I'm going on a Royal Caribbean cruise and playing some golf.
This is the test. This is what it's all about.
That's is the argument
this tournament has the reputation.
I had with Tyvis Powell. And by the way, Tyvis is with me tomorrow, where Tyvis thinks every single football game should be played in a dome and doesn't want any crowd noise because he wants to see the best compete on an equal playing field. I say poo-poo to that because we're forgetting what this ultimately is. This is entertainment. This is the ultimate challenge. I am watching guys dealing with the elements. Everybody has to deal with the elements today. Everybody has to deal with the wind swirling all over the place. It's different from hole to hole. I'm watching Rory hit a ball on railroad tracks
out
today.
Of bounds. He went OB.
I loved it.
It's awesome.
That's what I love to see. I want to see the best in the world trying to figure out on the spot how to beat something, right? That's why we watch these shows like Chopped on Food Network, where they give them a mystery basket of crap.
Here's some ingredients.
You may
Make
be
me
the
something
best
awesome with this.
chef in the world in a quiet kitchen with ingredients that you pick, but we're not here to determine that. We're here to determine what can you do when you don't know what's coming, when there's a timer ticking down, when you've got people judging you. It's the same thing with this. This is not leisure golf. This is competitive golf.
I'll tell you what, too. This is something that isn't just entertainment. This is something that means a hell of a lot to every golfer that is in this field. There is a reason why the Open Championship has sort of been rebranded through these years, where it's more of you've got the U.S. Open, right? And that's a big deal, obviously, for Americans and even some non-Americans, because it's a major championship. But to be your country's national champ, that means something. The Scottish Open, it's not a major, but that thing's getting beefed up now. It meant something for Bobby Mack to win the Scottish Open. This has almost turned into the global championship, where there are qualifiers all over the world, more so than what you have just for a U.S. Open. And not only do you get the toughest test in some of the toughest conditions in the world, it's one of the biggest and most prestigious and oldest tournaments in the world. And that, like you said, the conditions that are out there, you got to have your rain gear. You got 22-mile-an-hour winds hitting you in the face like a sack of potatoes.
Beautiful.
It's just outrageous.
How you gonna deal with it?
It's outrageous what you go through. And to have that kind of grit and mental focus, forget about just doing a normal, talk show like what we do day in and day out, to be put out there in the elements. And you got to try and do that 4 straight rounds and then come out on top with 170 some competitors, the best in the world at their craft. Oh, man.
So we have 2 TVs.
Sell me more.
Working right now. We got Open stuff on one TV on Golf Channel. The other TV, we have QVC, and Martha Stewart is dressed all in gold sheen, and she's drinking wine. So,
yes,
if you want to partake in what we're watching, it's Golf Channel on one, and it's Martha Stewart looking like a Christmas ornament, drinking wine on the other one. It's also named that whole Thursday. Get in touch with us. Crew had a draw with Charlotte last night, snapping their 5-game winning streak. Now, I did watch this last night.
Tell me what you saw.
Had some weather issues. Here's what I saw. I saw a team that did pretty much everything they've been doing during this 5-game winning streak. It's not like they came out and they were sleeping and they took Charlotte for granted. Nothing like that. I mean, they took 1 million shots. What do they have, 27 shots?
It
something
was
like
a lot.
that?
Yeah, they were.
26 shots.
Looked good. Like
they dominated the game. Good. I mean, they were clearly the better team on the field, but this is the magic of soccer, that sometimes that ball doesn't find the back of the net. That's what you had last night.
They're also not a horrible team. I mean, it's a top 5, top 6 team in the conference. They came in here.
A good team.
They're okay. They're a decent squad.
No, it was a tough game. You got a point. You'd like to get 3, but you played the game that you were supposed to play. Shots just didn't go in. On to the next one. Is there one this weekend, or are they taking a little break?
There is, and I had to look this up because I'm not paying attention to the rest of the MLS clubs the way like T-Bone is, but I thought that Atlanta was better than they are, so I don't know what the issues have been with them this season, or if that was something that was affecting them last year as well, but they're not too good right now. So they've only got 25 points. They're 12th in the East, and Columbus still sitting there in the number 3 spot in shouting distance now. I mean, they still have 2 matches in hand against FC Cincinnati, and they're only 5 points back. So think about how close they could have been if they were sitting at 45 points. They'd be just 1 game back of Cincinnati. So they really would have done well to get the 3 points at home against Charlotte. But again, what are you going to say when they won their last 5, 19-2? Okay.
I'm burying the lead. Yesterday, we had Rimmer on the show. Today, by the way, is Rimmer's birthday. So if you want to tweet at him, happy birthday, trust me, he will read it, and trust me, he will get a chubby from it. Okay?
He's 73.
Some of you think that sometimes you're just tweeting into the abyss. Trust me, Rimmer is reading his mentions. He will love to hear from you. But he dropped a name yesterday on yesterday's show. He said he ran into Lawrence Taylor at the golf course in Naples, where he was. This was yesterday. He said, yesterday afternoon, I ran into Lawrence Taylor. Today, we learned that Lawrence Taylor, at 5 o'clock yesterday, turned himself into police and was arrested.
Don't smoke crack.
Not because of that. I guess it was because of
the other thing that he's known for.
He's a registered sex offender because he was doing hibbity-dibbity with a 16-year-old. back in 2011.
Not checking IDs.
And so he has to register as a sex offender if he moves or changes addresses. And I guess he did not comply with that order. There was a warrant out for his arrest. So he turned himself in 5 o'clock yesterday. So
he's done this before, too.
Yes, he
has. This is
has.
not the first time he's been arrested for this.
So just to refresh, he meets Rimmer at about 2.
And he says, Jesus, I got to turn myself in.
Then says, I've seen it all now. There's nothing left for me to accomplish. Let's go to jail.
That's it.
He walked out about 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's not like he's still there. But LT met Rimmer, went to jail all in one day.
Rimmer talked to him for so long that he decided the better option is go to jail for the rest of the day.
Hello? LT.
Poppy's got to get out of here.
I, too, have a lightning bolt earring that I put on occasion when I'm pleasuring Farrell.
Don't smoke crack.
So, LT, how do you get the back of your hairline to look like that?
Well, you get a 14-year-old to shave it for you. I got it. Then you do her.
Oh, my God. He just ran straight to jail. He did not pass go.
I've seen it all.
Oh, my goodness.
Speaking of Jackets time, Jackets single game tickets will go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. So I want to point out, you could purchase a ticket
for a coachless team,
for a regular season game for a team that doesn't have a coach yet. Although I've heard from everyone and just common sense, it could be any day now.
Oh really?
Yeah, yes.
Wait, this is a could be any day
could be
for the last
soon
month.
As today.
Could be today. I hope it's today.
As soon as today. Don't hold me to it.
Are you doing Jackets games like that, though? I usually wait till we get into a season. If I'm not going to be a season ticket guy, if I've made that choice where I'm not going to be a season ticket holder, I am not for a 41-game home slate. Pinpointing games this far in advance, like I've got to be there. I've got to go to that.
The only time I'll do that is if they have like an afternoon matinee game, so I could take the kiddo,
like a holiday.
But I don't think they have one on the weekends.
Because they had a couple. Well, they even had some, like a Martin Luther King Day game. I don't remember if that was at home or on the road, where they played a daytime.
But I'm just saying, sometimes they do the Saturday, Sunday kids games.
Yeah, those are good.
I don't think they have one this year. Kevin Warren, just as useless for the Chicago Bears as he was for the Big Ten. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Watch out for a disabled vehicle. That's on westbound 270's off-ramp to Westerville on the North Outer Belt. And we also have an accident that's on the right shoulder and causing some delay of southbound 71 on the north side at Cook Road. This report is sponsored by Z-Bar, who stands between your vehicle and rust, bug guts, scratches, and your best friend riding shotgun. Refresh your ride with Z-Bar Detailing Services. For a limited time, scratch removal from only $29 and window tint starting at $99. Z-Bar, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See, we didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Hi, it's me, Little Bob from Bob's Discount Furniture. I know, you don't know me yet, but I'm here to let you know that I'm opening up 2 brand new showrooms in the Columbus area, located in Reynoldsburg and Polaris, bringing even more of my everyday low prices to the people of Ohio. And if you can't wait, MyBobs.com is the quickest and easiest way to get unbeatable furniture prices delivered straight to your home today. That's my 2 brand new Bob's Discount Furniture stores coming to Reynoldsburg and Polaris this summer.
Get Bob's Discount!
At Sunny Street Cafe, we scoff at the notion that restaurants should only have one tagline.
'Cause we
have 7.
Like our number 4.
Sunny Street Cafe. Breakfast and lunch classics you'd expect, and some tasty concoctions you wouldn't.
Now with 8 locations.
Hi, I'm I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and our summer clearance event starts now with 0% financing on the 2024 Toyota Tundra. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com for details. Hurry in. Offer ends July 31st. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Think Tansky.
With approved credit, 0% up to 48 months, tax title, and $250 doc fee not included.
We go to war for you.
At Schroeder Trial Attorneys, we don't back down.
Truck accident?
Call us today at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. Remember, results matter because we go to war for you. warforyou.com.
The Logan Heating and Cooling Fan Golf Classic at Columbus Country Club is coming. Help fight cancer at the Ohio State Comprehensive Cancer Hospital.
Visit 971thefan.com to bid on auction items, including tickets and sports experiences.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. The people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here for my friends at RCD RV. Remember your favorite summer vacation as a kid? Well, I sure do, and I can tell you those memories will last forever. And there is still time to create those memories with your family when you visit the fine people at RCD RV. You can literally go anywhere in an RV. The mountains, the lake, road trip of a lifetime. RCD has over 600 new and pre-owned RVs in stock, something for every budget. Visit them at one of their 3 Central Ohio locations or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Hi, I'm Josie. My daughter turns 5 today. Blow out the candles. I'm also an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can get home to celebrate with my daughter.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Let's all give them room to work. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed. Our video interview tool makes it easy and effortless to meet with candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Weather forecast for today is looking beautiful. High pressure along with north winds will keep things sunny and quiet out there today. Look for sunny skies with a high of 80. Friday, look for sunny skies with a high around 81. And then heading into your Saturday, look for partly cloudy skies with a high of 87. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with a look at your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Attention. Please flip your listening device to the stupid setting. Thank you. You're listening to Man and Bone.
Bone's out. Timmy's here. Teddy's here. I want to talk about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Did you know, Timmy? Of course you did, because you are not only just a customer, you're also a client or president. I don't know what I'm saying. That men in their early to mid-30s start losing 2 to 3% of their testosterone production every year.
Oh, it happened to me, baby.
Yes, it started leaking out of my eyes.
Had to get ACE shots to fix it.
It happens gradually. Before you know it, you just don't feel like the same man that you did when you were in your 20s and 30s. Maybe you're tired. Maybe your sex drive's non-existent. Maybe you're putting on weight, sad or depressed. Those are all symptoms of listening too much to this show and low testosterone. Go see my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Call them, 800-900-9654, or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
I knew I needed it when every one of those things was me. All of them.
Oh, all of them.
Every single one.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
What was I going to say? I had something to say to you.
Oh. Well, I mean, we were talking.
We just discovered during the break. Now, the schedule's been out, but we haven't paid attention to it. That the Blue Jackets play Black Friday.
Yeah.
Day after Thanksgiving at home. Was against Calgary?
Against Calgary.
3 o'clock.
3 p.m.
So,
you believe that? That's not one that's happened before. Not that I can recall.
I feel like last year they did something similar, but
I'm going to take a look.
There was an Ohio State basketball game that was airing that night. And so we had a conflict and we were still able to do the show. And then we had basketball coverage. But if there's no basketball coverage, that yanks this show off the air the day before the Michigan game.
Absolutely,
we may have to do something about that.
There would be a 2:30 net join.
We may have to do something about that. And by do something about it, maybe just sit outside the studio with a folding table and blow horns. Bull horns?
Blow horns. Bull
or blow, Teddy?
Bull horns.
I'm going to say blow.
I thought it was a bullhorn.
How about a megaphone?
Fine.
Yeah. Because
we'll do
a
the show that way.
bullhorn just goes, you can't really talk into that. You just blow.
Blow horn. Kevin Warren was the commissioner of the Big Ten. Now he is the president of the Chicago Bears. He has one job. They hired him to do one job, which is secure a new stadium, which he has not been able to do. They bought the land in Arlington Heights, which is a northwest suburb, if you're not familiar. There's pushback locally about that and the use of tax dollars and the valuation of the land, all of that. Then they came out with a brand new thing just right south of Soldier Field, new lakefront dome. Oh, look how beautiful it is. We're going to tear down the existing Soldier Field, make that parkland. It's going to be so wonderful for everybody. Here's the news, the bad news for the Bears, is that they don't want to pay really for any of it. They want taxpayer dollars. Now they're going to say, we're putting billions of dollars. Come on now. You're going to put $2 billion into a project that's going to cost $9 billion when it's all done.
Not enough.
When you talk about demolishing Soldier Field, making that parkland, building a new dome, trust me, that is not going to be a cheap process. The governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, has made it clear he does not think building a stadium for the Bears is a good use of taxpayers' money. But he agreed to take a meeting yesterday with Kevin Warren. So Kevin Warren goes to the governor's office, or I don't think the governor comes to him. So Kevin Warren goes down to Springfield.
Yeah, I think you're making the trip down there.
He knocks on his door.
Downstate.
Oh, Governor, I'm going to try and convince you why you need to give a thumbs up to the new Bears Stadium and tax dollars. So they had a very nice meeting. Kevin Warren left. He said, I'm very confident on how things went. After the meeting, the governor's spokesman told the Chicago Tribune, the governor's position has not changed. So good job, Kevin Warren.
Way to go,
wow,
Kev.
you're getting things done.
Moving and shaking.
Just like you did in the Big Ten.
You know, I feel like we have a lot of this going on in the NFL right now, don't we? Because Washington is in the same process right now. So two of your bigger franchises, the Chicago Bears, the Washington Commanders,
I thought
are
they
thinking about
their
stadium
thing.
Didn't
they settle
I don't think it's done.
No?
I think it's still going to be ongoing.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Because there's no settling FedEx Field. That place is a dump. Mike, actual poo leaks on fans. That's what you get. You don't just get an experience of watching a team that hasn't had a quarterback for God knows how many decades.
I don't understand that.
You get to have poo leaked on you when you pay $380 for a family of 3 to go watch your football team.
The Oakland Coliseum is a dump, right? They got possums and feral cats and poo leaking out.
And they're done. There's no team there anymore.
I understand that, but it's also 65 years old. You know?
Yeah, FedEx Field
is not that old.
Mid-90s is when it started banging. It just must have been a terrible design, a terrible build. Where it is, it's got nothing iconic about it. And I know you're throwing up these NFL stadiums. They don't have character like an Ohio stadium has. College football stadiums, they're a bit older. They actually have some mystique about them, even though Soldier Field would have been the one outlier for talking about NFL venues.
It doesn't anymore.
But not anymore since they revamped it. FedEx Field just it's kind of sucked at the beginning, to be honest. I can remember going to a game there when I was a kid, and it was still in the first 2 or 3 years, and even the kid in me didn't like it as much as old RFK, because RFK had character. It had, even though like all stadiums built back then were built multi-purpose for baseball and for football, but RFK, the stands would just kind of sway and shift if you were in the lower bowl. So it would do that. None of that with FedEx Field, just dumpy. It also, they almost killed Jalen Hurts. Remember they had the fencing that just plopped right off?
I forgot about that.
And about, 30 fans just went falling onto Jalen Hurts. He could have been dead before he even started this little run that he's on. What a joke.
I miss the character plays. Look, I know
I miss the stadiums that would fall over on you.
I know they have flaws and there's not as many concessions and concourse areas and things are dated. I get it. But I was actually watching an old game on MLB Network just recently, and they were playing at Shea.
Okay.
And it's just like, that's just, looking at Shea
Stadium, yeah.
It's a dump, right? There's not even anything architecturally interesting about it.
Nothing too pleasing.
But it was their dump. They embraced it.
Yeah.
There was no other place like it. You knew where you were. Now you look at Citi Field. That's like every other ballpark that's been built in the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. It looks exactly the same.
What's another example of that? Where would you say that about the Islanders' old dump? Just because of where it was, you had to go to New York and then go way on out there onto Long Island. What was that place called? Nassau, right?
Nassau Coliseum.
Nassau
it's still there. They redid the whole thing. It's still there.
But they're playing in there now, and it's basically a brand new arena, though.
They don't play there anymore.
No, they moved to Brooklyn, right?
But they were sharing dates, weren't they? I don't know. I
think they were like going back and forth between
who the hell knows?
Spots.
Edmonton had one of those places where you would tune in, late night game, going to watch the Blue Jackets in Edmonton. And every single arena had the same look to it, on the ice at least.
Yeah.
But you knew you were in Edmonton because somehow the ice, the way they lit that building, it was like yellow.
Different kind of lighting.
It was just
set themselves apart.
It was just different. It was a dumpy sort of place.
Yeah.
And I remember, maybe this is better now, but I remember when that place first opened, there was a lot of pushback in Edmonton because it was just too sterile. They wanted the old barn back, the feeling of that. To your point about FedEx Field, I heard Dan Snyder, when he still owned the team a couple years back, say, yeah, we want something that feels more like RFK. Well, you had it, and it was there. At that time, it was still there. Didn't they tear it down the last year or so?
I don't even know if they imploded that thing.
I'm just saying, it was still
would be the site.
There because DC United was playing there up until they opened up their new place.
And that also felt like a place for a stadium where the land was there. I think it was, owned by the government. Kind of cool in the fact that you're on federal property, government, land. Makes you feel like you're on a national park or whatever, and then watching your football team play. It doesn't make any difference. But the fact that it was aligned with all of the famous buildings in Washington, D.C., the way that the monuments on a linear line of latitude, right? Right there, like from the Thomas Jefferson Memorial to the Washington Monument to the Capitol Building. Keep going all the way east towards the Anacostia River. There's RFK Stadium. Kind of cool in that regard. And they chose way out in the middle of nowhere, Maryland instead.
The NCAA admits again that they're worthless. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
There's stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the south side between Greenlawn Avenue and I-70. And watch out for an accident that's blocking 2 lanes on northbound 315 at Town Street. It's causing stop-and-go traffic from I-70. This report is sponsored by Audible. Why not escape the traffic with Audible? Immerse yourself in new worlds, stories, and ideas with an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. BMI Federal Credit Union has been voted best credit union for the past 6 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org to learn more.
We buy any car.
Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself can be, well, you know.
Okay, I'll give you half now.
And?
No, and just half.
What?
Avoid the hassle. Come to We Buy Any Car instead. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Yeah, I can't do half.
I could probably bump it up to like 50%.
Just go.
Okay.
Get your free online valuation now at
WeBuyAnyCar.com. Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Murphy Tractor and Equipment is your source for John Deere construction equipment rental. We rent high-quality equipment and attachments with add-on options in TopCon precision construction technology. Whether you need 1 week or 6 months, we rent a variety of equipment to help you get the job done. All our rental equipment is fully serviced, fueled, and ready to get to work. Let Murphy Tractor be your first choice for your construction equipment rental needs. Visit us online at murphytractor.com.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, we've got a boat for everyone. So come on down and find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina. We know your golf game is ugly, but your course doesn't have to be. Experience the natural beauty of Delaware Golf Club today. Delaware Golf Club is now open to the public and only 10 miles up the road from 270. For the best rates, book your tee time online at DelawareGolfClub.com.
Rise and shine, jabronis.
What a show this morning.
There's only one place where Buckeye legends lay the smackdown. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Give me a juice box, yeah.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You know what's better than an Ohio Lottery scratch-off ticket? A winning Ohio Lottery scratch-off ticket. And now with a new $1,000 tax-free scratch-off, you've never had a better chance to win $1,000. Seriously, this $20 game has 18,000 $1,000 winners. That's a lot of winners. And that's $1,000 after taxes. So, what are you waiting for? The $1,000 tax-free scratch-off from the Ohio Lottery. Your best chance ever at winning $1,000. Players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
It's a Red, White, and Cool sale at Logan Services. Red hot savings up to $2,700 off a train system. And take advantage of 0% APR financing for 72 months. And pick one freebie for extra home comfort this summer. Plus, check out tax credits up to $2,600. With a system for every home and every budget, it's hard to stop a train. Find us online and book your free estimate now. Fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. I was in my Lexus the other day. It was hot as hell, but I was so thankful for my ventilated seats. I'm not saying that's why you should buy one. It's just very nice. Right now at Jermaine Lexus, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with lease payments as low as $499 a month and 3.99% financing on select models. Get this, the RZ is 0%. I have been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Excuse me, waiter. There's a hair in my soup. A long purple hair.
I'm so sorry. I'll get the manager.
I'm the manager. How can I help?
Wait, weren't you the Plum Insurance mascot?
What gave it away? My long purple fur?
Something like that.
What if all insurance companies were like NJM and were known for putting their policyholders first, not gimmicks? Then all those insurance mascots would have to get real jobs.
I'll pass on dessert.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Highly medicated, barely educated. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Common Man and T-Bone brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. I've been told by Teddy that if you're watching on the YouTube channel, which you can all the time, we're there. Just search 971 The Fan and you'll click on the live stream. Normally, we go to commercial break and it cuts to a shot of the skyline of the city from our big television tower. But I guess that's off or not working?
Yeah, remember we had a big vulture fly right in front of it, and one of you guys grabbed the still image and posted it up there, and it's kind of cool looking.
It's worked after that.
Right, yeah. I'm just saying, that's the shot.
So now apparently the cameras are on us during the entire commercial break. So if you see me scratch my nethers or tweak Timmy's nipples.
So we got to get out of here in the commercials.
You know, I mean, we could stay. People get off on seeing us do nothing, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I saw some people in the chat wondering what I was surfing on the internet. Like, there he is, surfing the web. I guarantee it's all very, very safe. Very safe indeed.
It is Name That Hole Thursday. Send us your tales of Holio at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093. The NCAA has fully admitted that they're worthless. This is from Heather Dinich. Leaders of the... I'm sorry, that's not the one I want.
Wrong one.
That's the college football playoff. I don't want that one. I want this one from Dennis Dodd.
Dodd, man.
His bald, shiny head. College athletics continues to rip the Band-Aid off of change all at once. Late last month, NCAA President Charlie Baker presented to the NCAA Council a structure for a separate governing body involving the Power Four conferences. This is a person with knowledge of the meeting told CBS Sports. So essentially what the NCAA is saying, we know that we have no power really over college football and the way the conferences govern themselves and run the game. So we're going to officially let them police themselves and govern themselves. And we'll focus on all the other things, the non-revenue sports and the NCAA tournament, because that's still their bread and butter. All right. Look, the NCAA is doing this because they have to do it. Nobody willingly gives up power. Their power was stripped away. They're trying to figure out some workaround in some way they can still stay relevant in other sports because they're not relevant in college football. They're not going to be relevant again. It is what the conferences decide to do and the playoff committee. That's who's relevant. They still have some power in basketball. They're going to hold on to that like grim death.
Oh, my gosh.
But...
yeah, you said it.
As far as the Power Four, can we get off of this now? I know this is the talking point. The Power Four. There's no Power Four. There's two. There's the Big Ten and there's the SEC. If the NCAA calls me, if Charlie Baker calls up Greg Sankey or Tony Petiti or whoever the hell answers the phone over there, says, hey, we got this idea. You four conference leaders, you police yourselves. I'm going to say, I got a better idea. How about me and Hillbilly Boy down there do whatever the hell we want?
And then they
can
follow along if they want. And then if not,
the Big 12 can go lockstep with us if they want to, but they're not having equal say in what we decide. The ACC, have you read the headlines? That conference is going to implode. You got teams and schools suing to try and get out of that conference. Why are we going to allow them a seat at our table? And if you think we're talking to Notre Dame and allowing them to come in and talk, you're out of your mind.
No.
If I'm the Big Ten and the SEC, I say we are doing this our way. They hold all the power now. They've got all the draw fours in the Uno hand. I play way too much Uno with the kid at the kitchen table.
It's a good game.
I'm just saying, you put down that draw four, that wild draw four.
Yeah.
Man, that's power. And the Big Ten and the SEC, they have the power.
Yeah.
Use it.
Our post-dinner game is trouble, so a little different than the card game there, but I know what you're talking about with Uno. Where do you think this is going to go if you cast the net out 5 years? What do you think the Big Ten and the SEC are going to do with all of this power that they have? Because we know they do have it, but also when you've got an organization like the NCAA that's been in charge for a long time, they're going to do whatever they can do to slow down the process of losing all that power. It's just like what we've seen here. We have known that this model was unstable forever, right? We have known that you cannot pay coaches the salaries that they're getting paid and give the players who were tuning in to watch the players play these games and put this product on the field. You can't give them nothing. And look how long it took before we finally here in 2024 had a lawsuit, bang, say you pretty much have to pay them a salary, not just NIL.
Here's how I think it's going to turn out. I think that you're going to have two big conferences You do now, but now officially in a couple of years, you'll have the two big conferences. There will be more realignment. There will be more of the Florida States and the Clemsons and the Miamis scrambling to find homes. And I think that they're going to run it almost like the NFL is run. They will have a regular season with centralized scheduling. They will have their own playoffs. And then I think the rest of college football will hold their own season and their own postseason tournament.
Yeah.
That will not include the Big Two.
And it will get no ratings at all.
It probably won't. But I think
Virginia would be playing for something like that, because I always thought that it would make more sense anyway for college football to have another division in between FBS and what the FCS is, because you think of a program like San Jose State, or think of the entire Sun Belt Conference, or any other of those, the WAC. They could never win a national championship. I don't care if you expand the college football playoff or not. There are certain schools that are in this, 130 blank whatever team division. 60 of them really can't ever win a national title.
It's probably,
what good is that?
It's probably more than that if we really want to get serious.
Might be 70 or 80 that could never win one.
Yeah.
So it probably will look like what you're describing. And then let the chips fall where they may. I wonder if they'll keep open spots in their scheduling to play one of them from time to time. Because for one thing, I can tell you what I would like to see as we continue to move forward towards maybe a two-conference Super League. This schedule that Ohio State has coming up, woof. And if you're going to give the TV networks that are paying bundles, because newsflash, that's the only way TV is even surviving, is sports.
Oh, absolutely.
That's it. That's
absolutely.
The only thing that people younger than 65 are watching on TV is sports. I want to see big-time games right from Jump Street. And then we have the playoffs at the end.
Speaking of the playoffs, we're already talking about changing the playoffs, even though the newest changes haven't taken place yet. We'll give you the latest on that coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Stop and go traffic is causing a 10-minute delay on northbound 71 on the south side between Frank Road and 315. And expect a slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side between Hamilton Road and 270. This report is sponsored by Z-Bar, who stands between your vehicle and rust, bug guts, scratches, and your best friend riding shotgun. Refresh your ride with Z-Bar detailing services. For a limited time, scratch removal from only $29 and window tint starting at $99. Z-Bar, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our Central Ohio financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island. This season on Nada Yada Island.
When we were new, they spoiled me. They even gave me a phone. But then, it's like I didn't exist.
Don't take yada yada from your wireless carrier. Now with Metro, get that new customer feeling again and again. Introducing Metro Flex. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Just bring your number and ID and sign up for an eligible plan. After 12 months, trade in and get our best deals on select devices.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Skyline is turning up the heat this summer with Hot Met Cheese Conies, made with a premium Hot Met sausage from Queen City Sausage. But don't wait. Hot Met Conies are only at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time. Come get yours today.
As a local family-owned and operated company, Newman Roofing takes great pride in providing great customer experience and quality product to every job they do. From the first phone call to the end of your project, they'll know who you are. Don't just get a roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
The Buckeye Show.
Jim Lachey back in the day just pointing, we're running that way.
We going right here, and it's not a dang thing you can do about it.
Don't you love that?
The Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, you can save big on select varieties of Kroger brand milk. Half gallons are only $1.39 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Soak up the savings this summer from Family Dollar. It's never been easier. Just download the Family Dollar app, sign up for smart coupons, and see how you can save more than ever before. Enjoy smoking hot deals on cookout classics or get ready for outdoor fun with SPF for the whole family, plus pool toys, decor, and so much more. Check out the app today and get ready to save with the Family Dollar Summer Savings Event. New offers drop every week. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Driving this summer in a new Honda. Act now during Honda's summer event to save thousands with low 1.9% financing. Full inventory is here. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, and hybrids. With hybrids, the battery charges as you drive. Don't miss Honda's summer event with big savings on gas or hybrid, like the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, now with low 1.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer. See dealer for financing details. For well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 9/3/24.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Did you feel that? It's your radio getting fatter. Getting fatter.
Chubby time!
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Oh, you know what's coming up on Saturday, don't you?
I do.
Don't you?
I do. I'll be there.
It's the Schmitz Cardale Jones Celebrity Softball Game. Why picnic when you can Schmitnick? It's presented by Monogram Home. Saturday, 6:30 p.m., Huntington Park. It's current Ohio State football players against the former players. Former players scheduled to play. Cardale, because it's his thing. He's the captain. Tyvis Powell. He sucks. DeVere Posey. James Laurinaitis. Boom Heron. Tyvis, by the way, with me tomorrow. Current players scheduled to play. Emeka Ibuka. Spell his name right. He's the captain. Jack Sawyer, Will Howard, Devin Brown, and more. Tickets are only $10 and are available today at BuckeyeCruise.com.
Now, I know from experience, and because I know him really well, that Tyvis does not have the greatest looking softball swing.
Mm-hmm.
And he keeps swearing that he's going to get himself a dinger. I've seen him put one out in warm-ups. So I know he's capable, but that's a big difference from when the pressure is on and you actually get in that bat and there's thousands of people there watching. I can tell you that Emeka Ibuka, serious baseball game in his past, it does translate to slow pitch softball. He has a beautiful swing. And I think I've seen that he's going to be in the home run derby. I hope he is, because he's not the biggest or the strongest guy out there. But my God, does he have a powerful swing and he can move it. He is hitting those softballs over the actual fence. I mean, he's hitting them way out there in left field.
So you think he's working at it? He's practicing this? Or just naturally gifted?
Emeka's naturally gifted. Emeka's a naturally gifted baseball player that does translate to softball.
But a softball swing, especially a slow-pitch softball swing,
it's a bit different.
Is much different than if you're trying to hit a baseball. You got to really put some downward or upward oomph on that thing.
There's difference in the arc and the trajectory of the swing.
Trajectory, that's what I wanted.
But the
trajectory.
But the power, load, swing, That's essentially the same, and he's got that. And Tyvis is like handsy. He's handsy with that swing.
Leaders of the college football playoff won't make any decisions about what the sport's postseason format will look like in 2026 and beyond until after a national champion has been crowned this season with the current 12-team field, which we have not seen before. Executive Director Rich Clark told ESPN on Wednesday. There's been a lot of speculation that even though we have not seen 12 teams, that it's going to get revamped.
It's going to get upped to a bigger
16
14
or
16, whatever it is.
Whatever.
Yeah.
This will eventually happen. I think it is laughable that we are talking about this before we see how the 12 works. Aren't you? I mean,
Absolutely.
I know that for a long time we wanted something more. But I think at some point you have to sort of walk before you can run.
Yeah.
And I know that the landscape of college football is changing seemingly by the day, but I'm afraid that we're just going to look back at all of this and say, man, we changed too soon or too fast. There's a logical progression that I think we have to follow here. And you learn how something works, you tweak it, you try and move on and do it better the next time. Let's not try and tweak it before we even do it. Let's watch the 12 team and how that works and how home playoff games work and all of that for all of these schools in this tournament. And then we'll see what we can do with it.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think you should be just watching 1 year of this and taking that data. What kind of data is that? If it's just 1 year, that's not a sample size, right? In anything, math, science, are you taking one run at something and then trying to compile data and then shoot from there? I think they should do this at least 4 or 5, maybe even 10 years. And let's be honest, too. This has been a highly debated thing amongst college football fans who have their view of the sanctity of the regular season games, and they view some of the regular season games to basically be de facto playoff games. And to their point, yes, we do get a lot of those cases, right? If you get the 11-win Ohio State and Michigan teams making it into that week of the college football season, that obviously is a humongous game, and it's going to draw millions and millions of viewers and be the highest-rated game all season, and it does play that way. But the reason I just wanted to see it expand just a little bit, and people would always say, oh, well, you're just going to want it to expand again because you'll care about the 13th and 14th teams that don't get in. I kept telling them again and again and again, no, I won't. I won't do that. I just think there's enough good in college football where you can have an occasional 5th or 6th team that are really good, and you don't want to have to leave them out over something stupid, like a guy gets injured, even though they're still undefeated and did everything you asked them to do. That's why I like 12, and I just want to see how this goes for a while.
I think that it minimizes the regular season to a point, but only because college football allows it. Again, I'll go back to teams being able to make their own schedules. I can't stand that. If you have centralized scheduling, then all of a sudden you have more games that matter during the regular season because you have better games.
Imagine if you have to go to Texas in week 2.
That's what I mean.
And you're not playing Western Kentucky.
We have a playoff system in the NFL. Does anybody say week 3 doesn't matter? No, we all tune in and watch because by and large, you have 2 pretty good teams going at it, or at least 2 teams that are on equal footing going at it. We don't have that in college football. We have maybe 2 or 3 games that we care about. And yes, I saw something, the biggest trap game for Ohio State this year is at Michigan State. No, it's not. Get the hell out of here. That's what we have to latch on to as college football fans is, could there be, what if they get food poisoning and the plane is late Paul Keel sneezes on all of them? Maybe that trip to Michigan State is going to be hairy. No, we shouldn't have to look at stuff like that. We should be intrigued every single week by the matchup that's on the schedule.
I agree. And some people say, well, like Dabo Swinney's comments, right? You're making it too much like the NFL. Well, the NFL is the best sports product that we have in the United States of America, and it draws the biggest ratings when they get to their final game.
I don't want to see point spreads of 55.
People watch that than any broadcast in television history.
You don't have that in the NFL. You have it every single week in college football. Point spreads in the 30s and 40s because these teams have absolutely no shot.
What's the
point? And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it, so people don't show up the way they used to. People don't tune into those games the way they used to. They're not events. Make them events.
And I am telling you, I'm basically guaranteeing you this. It is going this way because the kind of money that they're going to be wanting from their TV partners, there is going to be some get back on that. And they're going to say, well, yeah, please stop scheduling Western Kentucky and stop scheduling Marshall and stop scheduling Grambling State. You can't be doing that and expecting us to pay $100 million per school for whatever life of the deal to watch these football games. It's gonna change the way you're talking about it sometime soon.
Fat Boy Food Tap. Coming up next, Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Watch out for an accident on the right shoulder of southbound 71 on the north side at Cook Road. Wrecker is on scene there, so there is some delay. We also have slow traffic on eastbound 161 between Hamilton Road and New Albany Road. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Find so many great deals with one stop at Meijer. Like this Friday and Saturday only. Get a $10 coupon when you spend $75 or more in store. Coupon printed at checkout. Start redeeming next week. Plus, this week's hottest deals on Southern Peaches for 99 cents per pound. Fresh from Meijer Family Pack chicken breasts for $2.29 per pound. And select Meijer cheese 3 for $5. Meijer has all you need in just one stop. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in store or in the Meijer app.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. I was in my Lexus the other day. It was hot as hell, but I was so thankful for my ventilated seats. I'm not saying that's why you should buy one. It's just very nice. Right now at Jermaine Lexus, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with lease payments as low as $499 a month and 3.99% financing on select models. Get this, the RZ is 0%. I have been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $229 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our best value guarantee and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33 or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com. Get the right car at Reichert. We're dealing.
With approved credit, 2024 Sentra SR FWD 24-month lease with $3,000 due at signing and $731.24.
Friday, July 26th is Recovery Ohio's Mental Health Day at the Ohio State Fair. Visit the Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services, the Department of Insurance, and other state agency booths. Come learn about mental health resources available to you and to your family. Join us on Friday, July 26th for Recovery Ohio's Mental Health Day at the Ohio State Fair. We'll see you there.
Right now at Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down. And I mean everything. Top-tier equipment? Check. 24-hour access? You bet. Free fitness training? Always. Workouts in the free PF app? What'd I tell you? Even super friendly team members.
Hey, welcome to Planet Fitness.
Oh, hey. I was just mentioning you.
Hey.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th. See Home Club for details.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. British Open opening round at Royal Troon in Scotland. Shane Lowry, the leader, after a 568. He's a stroke better than Daniel Brown, 2 better than Justin Thomas. Big group of 2 under trying to give chase. Alex Noor, Nikolai Hogard, Justin Rose, Russell Henley, Xander Schauffele, and Joe Dean. Some of the notables: Tiger Woods 8 over par, Rory McIlroy 7 over, Bryson DeChambeau 5 over. Meanwhile, world number 1 Scotty Scheffler is 1 under par. From the NBA, according to reports, former MVP Russell Westbrook expected to join the Denver Nuggets, part of a sign and trade deal that involves also the LA Clippers releasing him or sending him to Utah, when then the Jazz will waive him and eventually sign with Denver. Columbus Clippers continue their series, or they start their series tonight playing at Louisville. Baseball officials announcing the Dodgers and the Cubs will begin the season next year in Tokyo. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Objects in radio may be dumber than they appear. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Thursday. Bone is out. Timmy's here. Teddy's here. I'm, of course, here.
I'm a man.
I'm a man. It is Name That Hole Thursday. Send in your tales of Holio at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093. So Ohio State's going to Chicago to play Northwestern. When is this game? November 16th. Northwestern is they tore down their current piece of crap. They're going to build a brand new, smaller piece of crap. But they're putting up a temporary stadium.
Yeah, how about this?
Right on the lakefront, which I'm sure will be a total, complete disaster.
15,000
seats. Like 15,000 people and whatever. But of course, when Ohio State comes, they're not going to do that. They're going to play at Wrigley Field because they want to sell more tickets.
Absolutely.
So that's what they're doing on November 16th. I saw something today on 11 Warriors that the tickets are already expensive.
Makes sense.
The cheapest price to attend the game is $94, though most tickets are in the $300 to $400 range. Look, I get it, man. Going to see football at Wrigley Field's an experience. Going to watch Ohio State on the road, play in a different location than they normally do, that's an experience. I'm quite sure this is all Buckeye fans driving up the prices. I've already had people ask me, what is a good place to go to for pizza when we go to this game?
Oh.
And actually, I will tell you. Actually, let's do Fat Boy Food Tap.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip. This is dumb. I quit.
All right. Now, it depends on what type of pizza you want when you go to Chicago.
Okay, so I'm thinking Chicago, deep dish pizza.
Okay,
right?
But here's why I say that, though. Because there's deep dish pizza, there's stuffed pizza, there's places like Pequod's, does sort of like a pan pizza that's really thick.
All right, well, what to you, being a Chicago guy,
I'm going to tell you, it's not that simple, because most people in Chicago eat thin crust pizza. Thin crust cracker cut into squares, tavern style. That's what we grew up eating. I would have deep dish pizza maybe once or twice a year.
Okay, yeah.
Growing up. I mean, it was a special treat.
That might be a misconception about the Chicago
it is totally
pizza
a
scene if you're not
misconception.
from there. So that sounds a lot like close to our style, why you like Central Ohio style.
And not all deep dish is deep dish. Some of it's stuffed, some of it's a pan pizza. It's all created differently. So if you say, I want deep dish, well, what does that mean? There's Malnati's deep dish, which actually, when you look at the crust, is very crispy and actually thin on the bottom. You can pick it up and eat a piece of it. You couldn't do that with a stuffed pizza. It would fall all over the place. The crust is more bread-like. A place like Pequod's that has the caramelized cheese all around, that's not crust, that's cheese.
Oh.
All right? So you have a base of like a heavy, bready type of crust. And then the rest, the outline of it, what hugs the pan, is all burnt cheese, caramelized cheese. Now, for thin crust pizza, here's the origin story of really all thin crust pizza. Because you had like the New York floppy slice,
right? Yeah.
Triangle cut.
I always wondered
stuff
why
like that.
This became a thing. Like,
well, here's why
the pieces were cut so small and that became a big thing.
Here's why. In cities like Milwaukee and Chicago, lake cities that had a big tavern culture, where guys would get off of work, blue-collar guys would get off
Mill
of work.
workers, right? Steel mills on the lakeside.
And they would go to the tavern before they went home to eat dinner.
Because their day sucked so
They needed to have
bad.
a couple cold beers or drinks or conversation, whatever it is, before they went home and dealt with the family.
Sure.
Right? And so the tavern owners, they would put out pretzels and nuts and stuff like that, but they wanted something that was even a little saltier that would get them to buy more drinks, stay and buy more drinks.
A little more substance to the food.
They started making these really thin pizzas, and they cut it into squares because it needed to fit on a cocktail napkin.
Ah, okay.
All right? So they would give the pizza slices away for free so that people would buy more beer and stay longer. People then started saying, I like these pizzas. Can I just buy the pizza from you and take it home? And that's how the business started of thin crust tavern style pizza. And then as those families and those people traveled and migrated south to places like Columbus, they would take that and they'd make it a little different. Like each place is a little different. Columbus style and Dayton style is a little bit different than what you see in Cincinnati or Chicago or Milwaukee.
Your
It's all
crust
different.
is sacred. You can do some different things with the bread and the dough and make that all a little bit different.
Right. So for my money, if you want a traditional deep dish experience, to me, the most consistent product, the product that I like the most, is Lou Malnati's.
Yeah.
So
okay.
find yourself a Lou's in Chicago. Pretty much anything you order will be fantastic. They also do thin crust pizza there, too. There is no such thing, really, as a place in Chicago that does not do thin crust pizza. If you go to a stuffed pizza place, they're going to have thin crust on the menu.
So Gino's, Giordano's.
They will have a thin crust on the menu because they have to.
They got it.
In order to compete. But Lou Malnati's for a deep dish. If you're going to be by Wrigley Field, and I assume you are if you're going to go to this game, I said this on the little Common Man's Basement show that I did. There is a place right by Wrigley Field called Pat's. It has been there forever.
Pat's.
They make the very thin, crackery, cut into squares. My recommendation for you is sausage. Sausage is the number one topping in Chicago for a pizza. Everywhere else in the country, it's pepperoni, except for Chicago, where it's very fennelly. They don't slice the sausage links. It's not like that. It is put on raw and then cooked in the oven with the pizza.
Interesting.
Yes, there's no slicing of sausage links. There's none of that. That's very East Coast style.
It's crumbled
into chunks.
Crumbled chunks and then cooked in the oven with
pinch
the
and
pie.
press. Yes, cooked in the oven.
Yeah,
Then the fat from the sausage renders onto
that goes
the pie.
all over the pizza.
And it's just fantastic. I like a little bite because the sausage is very rich and savory. So is the cheese. So I like a bite with that. So I would get a sausage and hot giardiniera pizza, which is giardiniera, if you're not familiar, is
that goes on the Italian
pickled
beef.
pepper mix that you would find on an Italian beef. But every single place in Chicago will put it on pizza, and they do. And I love the sausage giardiniera combo. Do not go crazy with toppings, because I know a lot of the places here you can't even see the damn cheese because there's 19 million toppings sitting on top. You want just one or two toppings because you want that cheese to get brown. You want a well-done cooked pizza. Do not eat a pizza fetus, okay? Let it develop. Your pizza, Your pizza cheese should not be white as a ghost when it comes out.
Oh, come on. It's got to be. I mean, we know that, right? Just from doing frozen pizzas in our own ovens, right? That's the easiest way.
But I see the
to
way
learn
some of these
how a cheese is supposed to look. It's got to be at least golden brown.
I see the way some of these places make pizzas. Look, sometimes you don't know right up front, but what I normally do when I try a new place is I get it the way that it comes. I have no special requests. I order the pizza. I eat the pizza. Usually I find it too underdone. So every time I order the next time, I will request well done. Keep it in the oven.
And that comes out to your liking.
Then it comes out to my liking.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's an interesting origin story you gave back there about the pub style pizza. I find that I'm sure that there are a lot of other favorite foods that we eat. I don't know. Maybe there's something similar to that with how hot dogs became a thing and why they're on a bun the way that they are, or the toppings that we started to use on them.
I'm sure there are.
But that is, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? And then you think about where we're located in Columbus, in Ohio, not that far away from a city like Chicago, and how that style of pizza has sort of become a thing here.
It trickles down, but it's a little bit different. The pizza here is more topping forward. There's a lot more emphasis on how much crap can I put on top of this pizza. And don't get me wrong, I like that. I like the fact that you can get edge-to-edge pepperoni on a pizza, but that's not typically what you would see where I was growing up.
But that's also just one topping. And I know you're talking about the old world style where you cover almost the whole pie to the edge of the crust.
Yes.
I, for one, see, my son likes to get the meat lovers pizza. And again, who doesn't love tons of meat? I love all of those meats that are coming on one of these pies. I mean, what do you got? 5? Typically,
Depends on the place.
You'd have the sausage, the crumbled bacon becomes a thing, which I contend.
Bacon is the most underrated pizza topping in the world.
It makes no sense how bacon has been like a 3rd or 4th tier meat topping.
You get a place that does a good crispy bacon.
Oh man,
I've talked about this place before. It's in Shawnee Hills. It's called George's Pizza. That's usually,
I've heard of that one.
When I'm getting pizza, I usually get George's Pizza. They do a fantastic just pepperoni pizza, but any pizza they have with bacon on it, delicious.
Yeah.
They do a good bacon
What I was gonna say though is when you get too many of these meat toppings, I find that the slice becomes a bit too heavy.
That's right.
And the focus is less on the dough. I think the dough should be paramount in a great
You're
pizza
eating
pie.
a thin pizza for a reason.
Yeah.
There's a certain texture profile that you want with that. You don't want to weigh down the slice.
We're talking about making a great dish, and I think that's any great chef would probably want to be able to do that, right? Make a great dish with a limited amount of ingredients.
You have to be able to edit yourself.
Yeah. If you only have a few things in the pantry or in the kitchen, what could I make? How well could I make this? And if you've got this item where you just have cheese, sauce, and dough, and it's wonderful just with that, it's why, as a New York style pizza fan, you know I love that style, and going to the Jersey Shore and boardwalk style pizza where it's big, greasy, floppy slices.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like any toppings on it.
I have no problem with that.
I don't want any toppings on it because
straight cheese pizza, or I'll go pepperoni.
I don't even need
maybe.
I don't need the pepperoni because the cheese makes so much grease itself. It's just not even necessary. Explain to me how I can get a much better taste than with just a plain cheese New York style slice if it's done the right way. I get a Max Pizza in Wildwood, New Jersey. I'm as happy as a clam.
Now, let me ask you a question, though. Is it the actual pizza, or is it everything combined with the pizza? The fact that you're in Wildwood, the fact that you're on vacation, you have memories of that. Because we're all guilty of pizza I grew up eating syndrome.
Most cases, you'd be right. Not with that one. That's one that I don't remember appreciating more until I got older. And, I had appreciation for, say, not getting the slice that is in the counter, but then getting a slice that's from an entire pie that's fresh and hot.
There is
right out of the pizza oven.
That is one of my pet peeves.
You know what I mean? And
about New York style pizza.
It's just tremendous.
I could do 3 hours on this. And I'm so damn hungry, I probably would. Buckeye tradition sinks into your brain even if you leave. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a 5-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between James Road and 270. And keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle that's on the left shoulder of eastbound 70 on the west side after Wilson Road. This report is sponsored by Columbus Recreation and Parks. Experience hot ribs and cool jazz at Jazz and Rib Fest in downtown Columbus, July 19th through 21st. Enjoy ribs from nearly 20 vendors and music from top headliners. Download the app for updates. Presented by Columbus Recreation and Parks. Learn more at hotribscooljazz.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
Low testosterone causes many issues, including low sex drive, bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog, and more. But many men just attribute these symptoms to aging and don't consider that there are medical treatments that can give them back their vigor and vibrancy. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating low T. And if you're feeling like I just described, it's time for you to treat that low T. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low testosterone. We've successfully treated many men for the condition and seen the amazing difference that those treatments can make in a man's life. If you're like most men with low T, within just a few weeks, your energy will return, that brain fog will disappear, your sleep will improve, as will your workouts, and your sex drive will be significantly enhanced as well. So call us and make a true life change. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
There's a place where mishaps don't mean missing out. Welcome to AAA's The Plus Side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, where a flat tire doesn't have to deflate your mood, where being locked out doesn't mean you'll be out of luck for long, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party.
Looks like you're all set here. Have a good rest of the day.
Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, you're covered with the gold standard in roadside assistance, whenever and wherever you need it. Tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap, click, or call away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further, anywhere within 100 miles. Become a AAA Plus member today and experience the peace of mind that comes when you live on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply. Service is only available from AAA and CAA in North America.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown dumb since day one. The Fan.
Now at UDF, buy 3 everyday favorites with UDrive Plus to quickly stack an extra 20 cents in gas savings. That includes drinks like Coke and Sprite, Pepsi, and Mountain Dew. And that adds up. UDF, made for you. Specially marked products with an opted-in UDrive account.
Most businesses have one tagline.
Not here, baby.
At Sunny Street Cafe, for whatever reason, we've got 7.
Yeah, we do.
And here's number 5.
Sunny Street Cafe. Tasty breakfast and lunch with fist bump friendly kind of service.
Now with 8 locations.
I'm a firm believer that everything I was taught by my grandfather is exactly how I run this business. We still do everything old school. It's done by hand. Somebody touches the window at all points, and that's not something you see very often. It's going to make better quality window. We do things the way I was taught to do them.
Visit Rosati Windows and save 35% on all windows.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See, we didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 TV Weather Impact Meteorologist Michael Behrens of your latest forecast. We're looking at 58 tonight, mostly clear skies, comfortable conditions. Will stay nice as we head into the day tomorrow. High 83 with mostly sunny skies. The mostly sunny weather pattern continues into the weekend with 85 on Saturday and 86 on Sunday. In fact, no rain chance until Tuesday next week. I'm 10 TV Weather Impact Meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Just be glad you aren't as stupid as these two.
Oh, yes.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Give me a number, Timmy.
I'll say 4.
Caller number 4, 614-821-9710 gets a $50 gift card to Skyline. Come play Skyline's 75th Coney Hunt game. Use your phone to search for virtual conies at your participating Skyline restaurants and select Kroger locations. Tap to collect coins and redeem them for exclusive Skyline merchandise. Details at skylinechili.com/Coney Hunt. Only available for a limited time.
I got another question for you on food because that last segment was so delicious, and you got me thinking about all the pizza spots that I've enjoyed. And also a fun discussion. I know we had this maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Traveling out of town just to get food. And
I'm not above doing it. I've done it many times.
Back. Yeah, you've gone to Fort Wayne, Indiana, which we mapped out. That's a good 2-hour 20 from the Dublin area to get a Portillo's and come back.
And then just turned around, came home.
Well, this one's an easy one. And through my years of being an Ohioan now, it's far and away my favorite little trip out of town and then right back. And sometimes I will double up because I can get like a sweet treat and the dinner.
Yeah.
And that would be Marion's Pizza or Piazza, the way that they like to say it there, and Bill's Donuts, because there's some locations that are close by there. But Marion's has that sort of special feeling in that you cannot get it if you are in the Columbus metro area. But if you go just a little bit outside, I think 40 minutes or so, you can get to one of those locations. There's probably one in Springfield, but I think they're fantastic. And I have to get at least 2, one for while we're there eating it.
As you should.
And then their little process that they've developed where they will wrap your pizza, half bake it, put the little card in there, which is such a nice touch to show you that they care for how to properly get it fully up to temperature so it's as like it can be done in the restaurant as possible. I just think that's awesome. And their sausage topping, you were talking about Pat's and how they do their sausage.
The crumblies, yes.
Their sausage, I would argue, is also their best topping ahead of the pepperoni.
I've said this a million times. There are food snobs out there. Normally, they're from New York that think pizza is only supposed to be a certain type of way. That's not real pizza. Can I tell you something? Nothing we eat is real pizza. Pizza is an American food. You go to every region of this country, and they will do a different style of pizza.
Than what, Italy does it, or
absolutely
Sicilian style.
And what they will do now in Italy is they will take our styles and represent them there. Because guess what? They're good and interesting, and even Italians want to eat them.
It's tasty.
Anything that's not a true Neapolitan pizza that's fired at 900 degrees and has 3 simple ingredients on it is not a pizza. It's all a bastardized version of it, including the beloved New York pizza, which, by the way, I do like, but here's what aggravates me about New York pizza. And this is why I think you're right on getting a whole pie. Because every time I get New York pizza at a slice place, I feel like I'm eating leftovers.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm eating a pizza that's been made an hour ago, that they warm up for me. I don't want leftover pizza.
No, I
want a whole pie. I want it made fresh for me.
I want to feel like I'm being taken care of, right? I'm eating at your restaurant. I have taken time out of my day to come to you, to pay you money, to give me your best or the best that you can do right now. Not something that's just been sitting behind glass
I don't want it.
for 45 minutes. Some of my family members, I don't get them. Like my sister, she likes the single slice, and the reasoning is because in her mind, it goes back in that oven for whatever they do, 45 seconds, a minute, and it gives it like a little bit extra of a crispiness to it. And I, of course, have tried it. We've all had to have single slices before, but there's always like a soft spot in the middle of the pie or a part that doesn't quite get heated and up to temp. And I think pizza for me is one of the few foods that I really just don't like to have leftovers. Now, I will do it out of necessity if we order a lot of pizza I mean, like I was telling you this with Jack the other night. I looked in the fridge and I saw like 5 slices of Jack's thin crust pizza in cellophane in the fridge. And I had like a face on me. I'm like, what is this? Like, did you make a pizza and leave this much there? And I told him, I said, will you please eat that for lunch tomorrow? Because if I'm making a Jack's pizza, I need it fresh out of the oven, and I'm going to eat the entire thing.
You're not eating
There's not going to be any leftovers.
Frozen pizza's not made for leftovers.
No, it's really not.
You make a frozen pizza, it's all going in your gullet.
I don't really like any pizza leftover, so I love to have it
types
hot
of pizza
and
that
fresh.
I don't mind leftover. But normally I'm eating it all.
What's the best leftover pizza for you? Like a chain place or a place that you've ordered from?
Thin square, usually.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's clearly not as good as when you get it right out of the oven.
Of course it's not. What was I going to say? I had something else to say to you.
Food?
Oh, the only pizza that I do not care for is that with a very sweet sauce. I don't like sweet sauce. I don't like sugar in the sauce. I don't like that. That's why I went to Buffalo, and I had a friend of mine say, man, Buffalo pizza is really good, underrated. And I really hadn't had any experience with Buffalo pizza. It's more like a Youngstown-style pizza.
Okay.
But the thing is,
when you say Youngstown, like a DeCarlo style, like a wild kind?
No, that's not Youngstown.
That's not really Youngstown.
That's Ohio Valley style.
Ohio Valley.
Youngstown,
like Wheeling, West Virginia.
Youngstown's more of a thicker dough. Actually, that Meatball Mafia place that we've been to.
Meatball Mafia.
That's a Youngstown-style pizza.
Right. Not quite deep dish, but
Buffalo is kind of like that, except at least the couple places that I went to, they all put tons of sugar in their sauce. And it's not for me. It's sweet, almost like candy.
I'm trying to think of a place. Have you ever had many experiences with St. Louis style pizza?
I've had it.
How are you with St. Louis style?
It's very interesting. I can eat it. I would not seek it out. But if you grew up there and you grew up eating it, then you think it is the greatest pizza in the world.
Yeah, we had a roommate in college that was from St. Louis, and so we went to a Blues game, and he had to take us to Emo's. That's one of the big chains, yeah. IMO, Emo's Pizza. And I just pulled up some images, and they look kind of like the Central Ohio style.
They're not.
But the taste is completely different.
The crust, there's no yeast, I think, in the crust. Correct me if I'm wrong. So the crust is almost like a tortilla, although it doesn't get really crispy. Like the middle pieces.
It's not a crispy pizza.
You would think because it's so thin, it would be crispy, but it's not. It's sort of floppy. The cheese they use is a cheese called Provel, which is a processed cheese, which, again, I have no problem with. I mean,
look at you with your memory on this. You do need to write the book.
I'm just saying.
The fact that you're shooting from the hip and you're hitting us with Provel from Emo's Pizza.
This is what I'm passionate about, baby.
What is wrong with you? I love it. I love that.
I didn't pay off on the tease.
Wow.
Either. I'm going to talk to you about how the Buckeye-ness gets ingrained in your head even after you leave. Or it could be an entire segment of more pizza talk. I don't know. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a 5-minute slowdown on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. And there's a couple-minute delay on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here for my friends at RCD RV. Remember your favorite summer vacation as a kid? Well, I sure do, and I can tell you those memories will last forever. And there is still time to create those memories with your family when you visit the fine people at RCD RV. You can literally go anywhere in an RV. The mountains, the lake, road trip of a lifetime. RCD has over 600 new and pre-owned RVs in stock, something for every budget. Visit them at one of their 3 Central Ohio locations or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
One of the most important Buckeye football seasons ever is coming. The Fan is your home for all the news and interviews you need as fall camp approaches. Join us. We're a friendly bunch of degenerates. Your Buckeye station, The Fan.
Hey, welcome to IKEA's Big Ready for College event. We're your one-stop shop to get your college student ready for fall semester and save up to 30% on select items.
Wow, perfect timing. I need to get my kids' space ready without breaking my budget.
Oh, how about offers on comfy furniture, clever storage, and stylish decor?
Ooh, sign me up.
Visit us in store from July 10th to July 23rd or at IKEA-USA.com/ready-for-college for more details. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com/ready-for-college for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Hey, have you heard about Tim Hortons' new happy hour? Get 50% off summer menu drinks after 2 p.m., Monday to Thursday.
50% off?
Yeah. Try the new Cocoa Caramel Crunch Iced Cap, Butter Pecan Cold Brew, Mango Frozen Lemonade, Solar Splash Tim's Boost, and Berry Cherry Refresher.
There are so many options. That's really good.
Discover a new favorite with Tim's Summer Menu and enjoy 50% off during happy hour. Only at Tim's. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Terms apply.
Hi, it's Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Need a perfect gift? Check out the new line of Glock watches and other stunning jewelry at Worthington Jewelers. Make every occasion sparkle with Worthington Jewelers, where exceptional gifts await.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman. Join me at Rally House in Reynoldsburg this Sunday from 10 to noon. Meet former crew player Alejandro Moreno from 1 to 2. It's all Sunday at Rally House in the shops at East Broad in Reynoldsburg. Show your colors at Rally House. See you Sunday.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is your exclusive in-person advance sale ticket outlet for the 2024 Ohio State Fair. Discount admission tickets are $8 at participating stores. Enjoy food, entertainment, animals, rides, and so much more at the Ohio State Fair, July 24th through August 4th. Get advance sale tickets now through Tuesday, July 23rd. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Their BMI is higher than their IQ. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Bone is out. Timmy's here. Teddy's here. Text on the burner phone. By the way, you can text anytime. 614-787-3093. Says, my son, Silas? S-Y-L-A-S? Do we think Silas?
I'll go with I actually have a cousin, Silas, but it's a S-I-L-A-S, but I'd go with that one, yeah.
My son Silas and I listen every day. Fat Boy Food Tip is his favorite segment. Well, he must be in heaven today. Today is his 7th birthday. If possible, can you give him a birthday shout-out?
There we go.
Silas, you're my guy.
Cy guy. Probably having pizza for dinner tonight.
Oh,
wouldn't you think?
Let me tell you something.
How many pizzas are going to be had for dinner?
Pizza shop owners should call and thank me personally for getting all of you horny for pizza tonight. I was just talking to Fish out there in the hallway. He's already ordering his pizza because of all the talk. He's salivating.
I'm thinking I might have a pizza night, too. It'd just be where to go. I'm open for biz. I'm a pizza free agent for tonight.
I don't know why pizza's the best food in the world.
It's delicious.
Have you ever met someone who doesn't like pizza?
No.
I mean, there are people who like it more than others. Like me, I could eat it for every single meal, but even the pickiest of eaters, like a cheese pizza. And by the way, I also think that's underrated. Just going and having a cheese pizza.
Of course.
And there's nothing kid-like about that.
No, it's not Chops kid food.
No.
That's, again, those are the 3 ingredients that make up a pizza.
If you have a pizza place that uses really good ingredients and really good cheese, I want to be able to taste that in its unedited,
absolutely
adult form.
Oh, yeah. Hardcore
adult form.
Give me that pizza.
See, what I will do, because I'm FAT.
Not for long.
I'll get, you be quiet now.
Not for long.
I'll get a cheese pizza, and then I'll get another pizza with crap on it. We usually order 2 pizzas.
Yeah.
One pizza's not going to get it done.
Yeah, we've moved past all that one pizza.
No,
noise.
one pizza's, that's it.
Yeah, because we might do like a different size of the second pizza.
That's
like
fine.
a large this and then a medium of a plain
But
cheese.
I'll mix it up
to snack on. So,
All right,
yeah.
Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers is a Texas quarterback. Of course, he was here for about 5 seconds. They are playing Texas's Michigan week 2. He was asked about it at media days. He said, going up to the big house, yeah, I mean, it's going to be an awesome environment. Place is going to be rocking, especially all the hype since it's an early game. They're coming off a really big win, the national championship. Yeah, the team up north. So he's in Texas now.
Hey.
But he still cannot refer to Michigan by name.
He's got it. Obviously, that's...
Right, seeps into your brain.
It's just a Buckeye thing that's never going to leave him, and he was here for 10 minutes.
The Jags, there's a reason I'm telling you this, will wear throwbacks this season. Think Mark Brunell, like when they first came into the NFL.
Yeah.
That type of uniform.
I don't even think the uniforms were good then. Do you?
They weren't, but they're retro now.
They're retro.
So people have an affinity for that.
Old and bad.
Also, this coming season is the 30th anniversary season of the Jags. The Jags have been in the NFL for 30 years. See, I have to remember this sometimes. When I bring up stuff like, oh, the NBA is coming back to NBC. We get to hear Round Ball Rock, and you talk about Marv Albert doing the play-by-play.
Let's watch that John Tesh YouTube video.
There's a lot of people who are listening to us that really have no frame of reference to that whatsoever. When they think of a big NBA game, they think of Mike Breen, right?
Bang!
When they think of a big NFL game, they don't think about John Madden and Pat Summerall. They think about Buck and Aikman, who have worked together for over 20 years.
Or they think of Jim Nance and
But I'm just saying, like,
some of the younger crowd.
That's their baseline. You have an entire generation of people who are 30 years old that know nothing other than the Jacksonville Jaguars. I remember when they came into the league. For some reason, I was so excited that they were adding new teams to the NFL because it had
the
not
Carolina
happened.
Panthers came in the same year.
It had not happened in my lifetime. I think Tampa Bay was the last expansion team, right?
Yeah.
And so you had Carolina, you had Jacksonville. I was so excited for just new NFL teams. I went out and bought a hat, a Jacksonville Jaguar hat.
Really?
How stupid was I?
What was the color scheme of the hat? Was it the teal?
It was like the teal
and
the black. Yeah.
Yeah. With just that basic Jag logo?
All my friends, we were all excited that there were just 2 new teams. And here it is. They're 30 years old.
You know, you're 12 years old, 13 years old when that happened, right? I'm 10, and that's sort of a cool thing. You're getting into the prime of being a stats geek. If you're a sports kid growing up, you probably spent a lot of time watching the NFL films, shows.
Oh, I lived and died with all that stuff, man.
And, hearing dad tell you about players of yesteryear and reading the stats in the newspaper, because the internet was so brand new and it wasn't really into the stat keeping just yet and checking scores. It got to that as we got into
around
high school and
this
everything.
time of year where I'd go out and I'd get all my guides. All the magazines.
Mag season.
Because the season previews would start coming out.
Absolutely.
Around
Phil
July.
Steele for college football is out now. And
I'm just saying,
others.
like, I would just love looking through that stuff.
Mm-hmm, like the Lindy's and whatnot.
And making predictions and picks. And I was a bad student in school. Don't be like me. But I would just sit there and I would write out baseball lineups on my notebook paper when I'm supposed to be taking notes, listening to the teacher. Why isn't Dan Pasqua hitting 7th in this lineup?
Dan Pasqua. Get him down the line.
But my entire life was focused on like simple things. I want to play video games when I get home. I want to touch a boob at some point soon. And I want to watch sports.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You know what? Throw pizza in there too.
Yeah.
Get pizza.
Have pizza.
That's it.
I can remember, speaking of baseball, and before, technology evolved like this, Motorola used to make this little product that was basically
I had one, dude.
Are you serious?
I bought one. It was a pager.
What was it called? Do you remember the name
forget,
of it?
But it was a pager shaped
white.
like a baseball. Yes.
Yeah, it like a diamond.
Yes.
It was just like flipped a diamond.
When I got my first job at 15 bagging groceries at Eagle Country Market, not Giant Eagle.
Okay, it was all aiming to buy one of these.
Eagle Country Market. No, I was upset because I was working nights during the summer, like evenings, and I was going to miss all the baseball games I wanted to watch. I wanted to watch White Sox games, and I was going to miss them. So I saved up all my Christmas money, and I bought this baseball pager that I would wear when I was working at the grocery store.
And that could not have been cheap back then. That was probably $300.
And then you had to pay a monthly fee for it, too.
It's a self-service type of deal.
It was a pager, right? Except it had no other function except for baseball scores. That was it. And so I'd be the guy, like, putting the carts back in the thing, and I remember the sound that it used to make. Whenever someone would get on base.
Okay, base.
When someone would get on base, it was...
Who's on?
I got to check.
Who's on first?
And there's like a 20-minute delay, too, I'm quite sure.
Oh, but it doesn't matter for us?
The stadium has been bombed.
What does it matter for us? Yeah, we're not able to listen to the radio. We just have this because someone had this in school. So on the day of the week, whatever that would be, usually a Thursday or a Tuesday where you have a lot of day baseball games going on, there was somebody in class that under the desk would have his Motorola baseball pager.
I couldn't bring it to school. I was not allowed to bring it to school.
Well, you're not allowed to have it in school, but somebody had it in school and had the volume down on low or whatever, but it was still telling us all the details about the game and the score, and I just thought, this is badass.
And you know what?
This is so cool.
We sort of glorify all that stuff. Like my father glorifies his childhood and the stuff that they did, and well, they don't do that now. It's not the same. It's like, no, they don't do that now. But there's other things that kids do. Like I look at my daughter, and it's the same feeling about these things.
Yes.
It's just replaced with new things. And they're going to grow up, and they're going to say, man, it's not like it was when I was a kid. We had this and this and this. And this. Every generation has their thing, right? There's stuff that they were just obsessed with. Mine happened to be sports, boobies, and pizza.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? One of the things that my son's obsessed with now is trading cards.
Sports, boobies, and pizza?
Boobies and pizza. Look at them, Jack. Look at my boobies, Jack.
Hold on. Now I got to get it.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for it.
All you got to type up is...
No, it's on my array.
BIS.
Look at my boobies, Jack.
I talked over it. Do it again.
Look at my boobies, Jack.
Did you do gambling stuff? I forgot to ask you.
Yeah, I got gambling stuff.
Degenerate T-Bone/Timmy is coming up next. Normally, T-Bone is here to lose you money. Timmy's going to win you money, guaranteed. And if he doesn't, he'll come to your house and work it off. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
There's slower traffic that's causing a 10-minute delay on northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between 33 Southeast and I-70. And watch out for an accident that's on southbound 315's off-ramp to eastbound 670. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment to get started, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Down payments vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
Driving this summer in a new Honda. Act now during Honda's summer event to save thousands with low 1.9% financing. Full inventory is here. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, and hybrids. With hybrids, the battery charges as you drive. Don't miss Honda's summer event with big savings on gas or hybrid, like the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, now with low 1.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer.
See dealer for financing details. For well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend is back. Shop buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and special offers on diamond engagement rings. Visit us at Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, Friday, July 26th and Saturday, July 27th on Sawmill Road.
Come play Skyline's 75th Coney Hunt game. Use your phone to search for virtual conies, tap to collect coins, and redeem them for exclusive Skyline merchandise at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time. Details at skylinechili.com/Coney Hunt.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. Oh no, I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my two best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. From compact track loaders to the world's #1 selling compact excavator, the Kubota construction lineup features durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all and do it right. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by Columbus Equipment in Columbus, Dayton, or Toledo to see our full line of Kubota construction equipment or online at ColumbusEquipment.com.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
We go to war for you.
At Sugar Schnar Trial Attorneys, we don't back down. Accident? Call us today at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com for free consultation. Know your rights because results matter. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU. 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com.
War for you. Warforyou.com.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unmatched reliability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality security officers and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit EventRiskInc.com.
Hey, have you heard about Tim Hortons' new happy hour? Get 50% off summer menu drinks after 2 p.m., Monday to Thursday.
50% off?
Yeah. Try the new Cocoa Caramel Crunch Iced Cap, Butter Pecan Cold Brew, Mango Frozen Lemonade, Solar Splash Tim's Boost, and Berry Cherry Refresher.
There are so many options. That's really good.
Discover a new favorite with Tim's Summer Menu and enjoy 50% off during happy hour. Only at Tim's. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Terms apply.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Extra large, extra stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Oh, hello. Happy Thursday. It's Name That Hole Thursday. Send in your tales of Holio. If you want to know if someone's an A-hole, B-hole, or C-hole, this is the show to come to. Tweet us at manandbone971. Text us 614-787-3093. I saw that Bob Newhart died.
Oh, man.
Bob Newhart, 94 years old, actually was a big influence on me.
Really?
When I first started out, because he was the first guy that I looked at. Obviously, he was ahead of my time, before my time, but I would watch like Bob Newhart's show on TV and stuff like that.
The sitcom.
There were a couple different versions of it. But I remember watching him and saying, oh, it's not really what he's saying, it's how he's saying it. It's the delivery. It's changing your cadence.
Yes.
Sometimes you no-sell the joke, and that makes it even funnier than if you sell the joke hard. So he was that guy for me where I said, oh, you don't always have to be so jokey because it's still funny. So 94, he did a lot.
Well, sometimes a look, especially when you're talking about TV, I think he had that where like his eyes,
he had that
looks would
Norm Macdonald
be
would
so
have that
funny
too.
Yeah,
where he would. There's a certain stare that he would give you, a certain way that he delivered his lines. I respected the hell out of that. So R.I.P. Bob Newhart, 94 years old.
And I think younger people got to know him a little bit because he was in Elf. And Elf became
That's right.
Elf became a really popular holiday movie. And I think there's a line in the movie that it exemplifies his skill for that, where I think Will Ferrell's line is, well, where do they think all the presents come from? And he says, well, there's a, thing going around that the parents do. And it's just the way that he says that is gold.
Yeah, you write that on a piece of paper.
Right.
It's not funny.
No. But like
you
the
deliver it
cadence
that
and the
way,
delivery and how he pauses and sets that up is great.
All right, Degenerate Timmy.
Degenerate Timmy.
Degenerate Timmy.
Timmy. Picks for the weekend.
Degenerate Timmy is brought to you by Ohio Health. Now, normally T-Bone is here to help you with your gambling needs and lose you money, but today Timmy's going to try and win you some money.
Got to hear that segment open. That's the most important thing. All right, so we like to have fun with long-term and more specifically value bets. I'm always looking for a value where it's, oftentimes more fun than to pick an absolute favorite, like we're talking about Scotty Scheffler for the Open Championship. But let me go to college football. Ohio State is getting a win total over-under of 10.5.
Over.
I think you have to jump
all day,
that.
Over.
Yes. Thank you. I'm glad you agree. I don't know how anyone out there could disagree. So I'm really a little bit perplexed. And you could also call me a little bit concerned as to why they have this number, because Las Vegas
attention to that, though.
is not into just losing money.
I just saw that. I apologize if you have this, but
no, it's okay.
Bronny James is now the betting favorite for Rookie of the Year.
That's just outrageous.
People are just stupid.
That's outrageous.
So don't pay attention. That must mean something. No, it means people are dumb.
Well, I can understand why he would be a betting favorite, because they want a lot of people to bet on Bronny James because they know for certain that he's not going to win it. So, yes, let him be the most bet-on guy, especially
had a big game. Big game last night for Bronny, though.
Yeah, he did have a good game.
I like how his big game last night is that he scored 12 points and didn't embarrass himself.
In a summer league game. I mean, you've got guys that aren't even making NBA rosters that are averaging, 18 to 20 a game?
He actually made a couple threes. Previously, he had missed his first 15.
Unbelievable.
I think.
What did Dwayne Washington Jr. just have? He had a 26-point night.
Yeah, he did.
He is always trying to hang on an NBA roster.
He can score.
I just saw that Jamison Battle is having himself such a nice summer league that he got signed by the Raptors.
He was a great player here, and he actually gave Ohio State a chance down the stretch to do something. And I feel for him, because how does a player that's that level of good be in big conferences and never get in an NCAA tournament his entire basketball career? Kind of sucks, so I hope it works out for him in the professional level. But anyway, back to the degenerate stuff. You got to go hard on that 10.5 for Ohio State. I think that the value is in the fact that it's a 10.5 at over-under. And, we expect that they could go 12-0. They have 3 tough games. They're at Oregon and Penn State and home versus Michigan. So we certainly think they can go 2-1 in those games. If not, there's a problem. The Heisman Fund. That's Will Howard that we're talking about. Heisman odds were updated recently. Dylan Gabriel, Peter Gabriel of Oregon, getting the best odds, but only at plus 750. Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers, Jackson Dart, that's one of the best football names. Then Will Howard getting the 5th best odds and a juicy number at plus 1,600. Not bad at all. And we know that if Ohio State's going to hit that over, if they're going to fulfill the prophecy, natty or bust type of year, their starting quarterback's going to have to be doing well, and he would be right up there getting a visit to New York and possibly winning that award. How about this for the basketball fans? Obviously, the new coach coming to the Cavs is going to be, they did that. They fired their guy and brought in a new coach because they weren't quite hitting that next cylinder that they need to.
I like how you don't know who it is, just like I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I actually am blanking on that,
the
to be honest.
assistant for the Warriors, but I forget his name. But I just like how you said that. So they fired the old guy, Bickerstaff.
JB Bickerstaff.
I remember that.
JB Bickerstaff is out.
They brought in the new guy, Pepe Le Pew. I don't know what his name. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Papa Bickerstaff. Kenny Atkinson is the new guy. And their over-under win total is only 47.5. I think absolutely all day take the over for the 24-25 season. They locked in Spider Mitchell. They are going north of that. Also, college basketball national championship pick. I would say take the Iowa State Cyclones. They are ESPN's 7th best team in the offseason here. They're getting 10th best odds, a plus 5,500 with 5 guys set to start that all averaged in double figures last year and 3 key returners. Go with the Iowa State Cyclones for some fun to win it all. And Ohio State is a plus 5,500. Iowa State's plus 3,000, sorry. The Buckeyes are plus 5,500, which is right around the top 20 for best odds.
Look at my boobies, Jack.
Thank you, Timmy. Tom Brady is not a fan of calling back 50-year-old has-beens. I'll tell you why coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a 5-minute delay on northbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. And if you're traveling on westbound 670 between 71 and Neal Avenue, expect a 5-minute delay. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority, your local expert. Are your floors sagging? Are musty smells reeking throughout your home? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the crawl space repair experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island. This season on Nada Yada Island.
When we were new, they spoiled me. They even gave me a phone. But then, it's like I didn't exist.
Don't take yada yada from your wireless carrier. Now with Metro, get that new customer feeling again and again. Introducing Metro Flex. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Just bring your number and ID and sign up for an eligible plan. After 12 months, trade in and get our best deals on select devices.
Soak up the savings this summer from Family Dollar. It's never been easier. Just download the Family Dollar app, sign up for smart coupons, and see how you can save more than ever before. Enjoy smoking hot deals on cookout classics or get ready for outdoor fun with SPF for the whole family, plus pool toys, decor, and so much more. Check out the app today and get ready to save with the Family Dollar Summer Savings Event. New offers drop every week. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let's talk about your sleep, specifically if you're not getting enough of it. If you're feeling groggy all day because you didn't sleep well, that is an awful feeling. I've been there. And if you're snoring when you sleep, well, that could be a big reason why you aren't feeling rested. This fact surprised even me the first time I heard it, and that is as you age, your risk of having obstructive sleep apnea nearly doubles. That's right. You need to find out if your snoring is related to sleep apnea, because if it is, there's actually help available for you right now. Dr. Mark Levy is board certified in the treatment of sleep apnea, and he offers a custom-fitted oral appliance that effectively treats sleep apnea. I have been telling you about this for years. And maybe you've been snoring for years. Now's the time to get this fixed. Plus, most Medicare patients have little to no out-of-pocket costs for this treatment. So you need to stop putting it off. Don't ignore your snore. Get your sleep apnea treated by calling Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Get the life back you deserve. Call Dr. Mark Levy today, 1-800-MORE-SLEEP, or visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
My name is Dr. Ray Tessner. I'm an orthopedic surgeon in Columbus, Ohio. I've been involved with taking care of athletes and aging athletes for over 35 years.
Dr. Ray Tessner knows a thing or two about joint pain. And one thing he's a big believer in right now is regenerative medicine.
The advantage that I see in a regenerative medicine, that there's really no downside to it.
Today, you'll find Dr. Tessner at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in this exciting way to deal with joint pain, using natural, concentrated healing agents from your own body to go to work on aches achy joints, restoring and repairing damaged tissue.
It's one of the best management tools that's come around in a long time.
Tired of that pain in your knees, hips, back, and shoulder? Before you go under the knife, get a second opinion from QC Kinetics. You really can get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
QC Kinetics has become a leader in the regenerative medicine field.
Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. First round of the British Open at Royal Troon in Scotland. Last group of the day. Last hole, a birdie for number 18, and Daniel Brown puts him at 6 under 65 and gives Brown the lead. 1 stroke better than Shane Lowry, who's at 5 under, 2 better than Justin Thomas, who's at -3. Some of the notables today: U.S. Open champ Bryson DeChambeau, 5 over par. Rory McIlroy, 7 over. Tiger Woods, 8 over. And world number 1, Scotty Scheffler, 1 under par. Football today, the Cincinnati Bengals announced that running back Corey Dillon and nose tackle Tim Crumry will be their latest additions to their Ring of Honor. For the NBA, according to reports, former MVP Russell Westbrook is expected to end up with the Denver Nuggets as part of a sign-and-trade 3-way deal involving the LA Clippers and Utah Jazz. Clippers playing at Louisville. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Reach your goal during the easiest season for weight loss. Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer. Breaking sports news right here on The Fan.
Dumb. Very dumb. This is Man and Bone.
You know, Bone and I like to do all our banging at Hollywood Casino Columbus, specifically their 12,000 square foot sports book. It's where all the action is. Like today, you had British Open stuff, right? You could have been there the entire day. You could have been there for the last hole, the 18th hole, last pairing of the day, when Da Vinci Code author Dan Brown sinked a birdie putt to take the lead.
Man, if only as long as he didn't have anything to do with Tom Hanks's hair in those movies.
I'm just saying,
good with Daniel Brown.
You could have been enjoying it all day.
Yeah.
Terrific food and drink. It's great. I sound like Trump reading this. Terrific food and drink. Great. Fabulous. Great ratings. Go to Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's fantastic. It's really, really fantastic.
Name that hole at 534. Text us 614-787-3093. We're getting a lot of texts about pizza, too, because we talked about pizza for pretty much the entire 4 o'clock hour of the show. And I don't apologize for that. I'm so hungry right now. Major League Baseball All-Star Game ratings were up 6% from last year's record low, but still the second lowest of all time. The Derby was down 11%. So
good for them. Hey, it's a great product, right?
Terrell Owens was on the Bubba Dub Show. Bubba Dub.
You don't know him?
And he said he attempted to contact Tom Brady to ask for a chance to play for the Buccaneers in the playoffs, but Tom Brady ignored him.
Oh, man.
He said this was during the 2021 season when Antonio Brown had his little meltdown and the Bucs needed veteran receiver help. He said, Tom Brady ignored me. The year AB went crazy. They just needed somebody to fill some holes with AB leaving the receiver position. I reached out to him through Randy, I assume Randy Moss, and some other people just to come in and play third down in red zone situations. This dude ignored me. It just shows you the lack of respect there. But when they get in front of you, they want to act like they respect you. All right, Terrell Owens is a total clown. I've said this every single year because every single year he makes the same pitch, that he's in better shape than 25-year-olds, and somebody call me, and he goes on Twitter and says, call me, I'm available. When in 2021, when he's talking about this, Terrell Owens was 48 years old and had not played in the NFL for a decade. And Tom Brady is supposed to actually respond to you and tell you to go to hell. I think actually the polite response was no response.
Yeah.
Because then at least you can save some dignity. Did he even get the message? If I was Tom Brady, I'd say, don't text me again, clown. That's ridiculous. You're 48 years old.
And then somebody's got that saved, right? But no, yeah, you don't respond. It was kind of like the Rory and Tiger situation where Tiger's reaching out to Rory and Rory said, well, I got a new phone number, so I didn't see that. And then meanwhile, he's ghosting one of the greatest golfers to ever live.
Do you think he actually got the new phone number?
I don't know.
Or do you think he just didn't want to return Tiger's text?
I'm sure he also had so many text messages that somebody like me can't really understand what that would be like to have that many unread text messages coming in.
Why would you text somebody in that situation? Like, I always like to steer clear of people, assuming that if they're going through a tough time, right? I assume they're getting it from all angles. And the last thing they want is someone like me
to jump in, to let you think about it some more.
Just so you know, that was a rough break. I'm here for you.
You'll be better next time.
I can't stand that. I never know the proper etiquette, though. When is it appropriate to message someone or call someone?
How close of friends do you have to be?
When is it appropriate to just lay back?
Yeah. Like, I assume Tiger felt like he was just being a nice guy because he's an ambassador for the game of golf, and Rory McIlroy is also one of the greatest players in the world and has been for the last decade or so. Some thought he would be the heir apparent to Tiger Woods. We've seen now that nobody's going to
be the heir apparent to Tiger Woods.
No one's likely ever going to be that good again, so it's going to stay at Jack back then and Tiger 20, 30 years later, and maybe somebody else could limp their way to 10 majors in a career, but I don't know. That's the new number I'm waiting to see if it could ever happen.
Well, let's talk about a phenom. Tiger was, of course, a phenom. Last night we had something happen that's never happened before. You had a 14-year-old playing in Major League Soccer. Kevin Sullivan, is it Cavan?
It's Cavan.
Kevin Sullivan, 14 years old, took the field for the Philadelphia Union against the Revolution last night. He is 14 years, 293 days old. And this was his first action. This breaks the Freddie Adu record. He was also supposed to be the next big thing. Freddie Adu.
Freddie was just...
And he hung around for a little while, but he was just a fine guy.
And do you think that starting at his young age stunted some of his development, and it was more about, rushing to play and be in MLS at a young age, and then you didn't become the player that you maybe could have been if you took your time?
Now, this guy, Kevin Sullivan, has already signed a deal with Manchester City, who is the best team in the Premier League. They won the whole thing.
4 straight years. The trophy was just here at the Fan last week.
That's right. And so the deal is, when he turns 18, he has to go to Manchester City.
And who knows what happens between now and when he's 18. Like, hopefully
But he's already signed the deal.
Yeah, he's already signed the deal.
They're going to pay him something.
Right. So I hope he continues to develop and grows and is awesome, every step of the way until he gets to that point where he's going to go to Man City. That's going to be very cool.
I can't wrap my head around playing professional sports with grown men at the age of 14.
No.
Teddy, how old was Nuxall when he pitched? Was he 15 years old?
Yeah, I think so, right?
And that was a situation where Joe Nuxall, a longtime Reds broadcaster before pitcher, pitched in Major League Baseball at 15.
That's nuts.
But if memory serves, Teddy, it was because the war was going on and there was issues with finding available talent.
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
It was 1944. So
yeah, okay.
That's a big year.
And so I think he had a couple starts, and then I think he went back to the minors and didn't come back until 19 or something like that.
Still, though.
But I can't wrap my mind around mentally doing that.
No.
Even if physically your body, because I looked at this kid last night, he didn't look any different physically than any other soccer player that was on the field.
There's a lot of soccer players that are 5'9", 5'10", right? And he didn't have bulging muscles, but I bet he's got speed. And
he didn't look like a tiny little thing. He looked like he belonged from a physical standpoint, but from a mental standpoint, I don't know how you handle that.
No, I don't get it. And we just had a 15-year-old make his debut on the PGA Tour. And that to me is crazy. Miles Russell, I think his name was. He was up at the Rocket Mortgage in Detroit, where Neil Shipley has been making a name for himself, the Ohio State kid. He's not a kid, but he's 23 or so. He's a fifth-year senior, and Neil Shipley, just because he's a big guy with the long hair, has been a fun-loving story. He's got the Arby's deal. That was his first professional tournament, and I think he finished top 20, which is awesome. And then Neil, I think, finished like top 5 at the one in Kentucky last week.
Well, he played in the PGA. Didn't he play in the PGA?
Yeah, he had low AM honors.
Right.
No, I'm sorry, it was the U.S. Open. He had low AM at the Masters and at the U.S. Open.
That's right.
And there are not many guys ever to pull off that feat. So he's been awesome. But to have a 15-year-old kid go out there and shoot even par in 2 rounds, I'm sorry. That's incredible. Just to keep the mental focus. Forget about your ability, and he's not a big kid. So you think about how long these golf courses are now. You've got to keep up distance-wise, and he can really move the golf ball. But just to fire a couple rounds of even, I think that was just incredibly impressive.
Well, just navigating, because we're thinking about it just from a game perspective, but navigating all the stuff behind the scenes where you're in a locker room with grown men. It kind of reminds me of that scene from Airplane. It was like, you ever see a grown man naked? I don't know.
Ever hang around the gymnasium?
Look, I'm sure he's seen other kids because he's played, youth sports his entire life. It was like all of a sudden there's like 37-year-old schlong in front of you that doesn't belong to your father, if that makes it any better.
Right, but he's seen Dad, right?
I don't know.
He's got some frame of reference. Well, Dad.
Anyway.
Turns out you're not the man I thought you were. Because I saw Tiger Woods in the shower. Oh, my God.
You think Tiger's packing?
I don't know.
You never thought about that?
Have you?
I think about the girth of athletes, yes.
I took a look at Baines in the shower. He looks like all of Australia. He is really put together.
And maybe my impressions are wrong. I assume that if you're huge, you also have a huge Sazichi. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, it can't be
Maybe
true.
Greg Oden has a little nub.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, that's right. We've seen we've seen his.
He's got a pitching wedge.
I just assume, though. I assume the bigger you are, like Shaq.
But
come on, man. Shaq Fu?
Isn't Adam Sandler, doesn't he have a bit about Shaq?
Does he?
I think there was a...
Oh, hello, Shaquille O'Neal.
I think he just up front told him that he wanted to get a look at him in the shower.
They're all going to laugh at you.
He came to the locker room or something and just asked, basically. He tried to get by his bodyguard, said, I'm just trying to see Shaq.
But if you saw it, let's say someone you admire, right? Michael Jordan was a big dude. Now, he wasn't Shaq, but he was 6'6", built, right? Muscular.
6'6", 225 pounds, whatever, yeah.
There's no way Michael Jordan has a little tiny nub.
No. No way.
He's taping it to his leg. He's got to. He's Jordan.
Why do you think he made compression shorts a thing?
You had to.
What about John Stockton?
His shorts were so short, though. I feel like if they
Should we have seen it?
I think we would have seen a little turtle head popping out or something.
What about Mark Eaton, another jazz star?
Mark Eaton had big guy.
7'5".
That's what I mean. He's huge.
George Murison.
Snuffleupagus.
All of Romania.
Never mind. We've done too much. Come to this show where it's all pizzas and peepees. That's what we do. ESPN has put together a list that I think is very stupid. We'll talk about it next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
There's a 5-minute slowdown due to an accident that's blocking the center lane on westbound 270 on the South Outer Belt between 23 and 71. And expect a 15-minute delay if you're on eastbound 33 from Refugee Road to Ebright Road. This report is sponsored by Columbus Recreation and Parks. Experience hot ribs and cool jazz at Jazz and Rib Fest in downtown Columbus, July 19th through 21st. Enjoy ribs from nearly 20 vendors and music from top headliners. Download the app for updates. Presented by Columbus Recreation and Parks. Learn more at hotribscooljazz.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $200 cash bonus at BMI Federal Credit Union when you open a new free checking account. Visit BMIFCU.org/free for more details.
You expect your home to protect everything you love. but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Ohio Basement Authority. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at ohiobasementauthority.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. 2 things about me. 1, I love Valley Ford. And 2, I love cars. Muscle cars, classic cars, all the cars. That's why I love Cars and Coffee at Valley Ford of Columbus this Saturday. It is the day to drive in your vehicle and show it off. There's no fee for any type you have, so tell your friends too. Come on out and see all the great cars and trucks this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Valley Ford. There'll be food and fun for everybody, so come on out and bring your ride. Valley Ford of Columbus, Cars and Coffee this weekend. Be there.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See, we didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Nationwide Picnic with the Pops presents the pride of the Buckeyes, the Ohio State University Marching Band. Don your scarlet and gray and join the Columbus Symphony for a night of fight songs, battle cries, Carmen, Ohio, and more. Special guest appearances include Brutus Buckeye and the Ohio State cheer team. Pack your picnic basket and join the fun at the first big tailgate party of the season, topped off with fireworks. July 26th and 27th. Get your tickets today at picnicwithapops.com.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
You know that thing you've always been too scared to go for? It seems like you'll never have the guts. Then a cancer diagnosis. And doing that thing becomes way less scary. I would know. I've always wanted a black belt. And today, the only thing standing in my way is a few wooden boards. It's been a lot of hard work and 5 years since I beat cancer at Ohio Health. Bring it on. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Most businesses have one tagline.
How boring is that?
Which is why at Sunny Street Cafe, we've got 7.
Yes, please.
Like our number 6.
Sunny Street Cafe, the fancy pancake place.
Amazing fancy.
Now with 8 locations.
At UDF, our made-from-scratch peach ice cream is back with a bonus. When you buy 3 48-ounce cartons, you can quickly stack an extra 20 cents a gallon in gas savings. UDF peach ice cream, made for you. While supplies last with an opted-in UDrive account.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention.